Welcome back my YouTube channel worth old coin value. Today's video, we're diving into the rich history and value of this coin, 1924 United States wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent. This coin might seem like an everyday penny, but its background and potential value make it an item worth paying close attention to. The 1924 wheat penny was part of the Lincoln cent series, which started in 1909. These coins were first issued to celebrate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The wheat penny design remained in production until 1958, after which it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse. The obverse of the 1924 penny features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VDB, can be found on the shoulder of the bust. Above Lincoln's head is the motto, "In God We Trust," with liberty on the left and the date, 1924, on the right. It is a clean and powerful design that pays tribute to one of America's most respected presidents. The reverse side of the coin is just as iconic. It features two stylized wheat ears, one on each side, encasing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Above, the Latin phrase e pluribus unum is inscribed, meaning out of many one. This reverse design is what gives the wheat penny its popular nickname. The coin was struck in 3 different mints in 1924: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins struck at Philadelphia have no mint mark, while Denver coins bear a small D below the date, and San Francisco coins show an S. Each mint produced different quantities, which directly affects rarity and collector demand. In terms of mintage, Philadelphia produced the highest number, with over 75 million coins. Denver followed with about 2.5 million coins. However, the San Francisco Mint produced significantly fewer, only around 11.6 million. This lower production number makes the 1924 penny more desirable among collectors. Although the Philadelphia version is the most common, that doesn't mean it's without value. Coins in higher grades can still fetch solid prices. The Denver version is less common, and the San Francisco version is the rarest and most sought after of the three. Though what makes the 1924 penny especially valuable is its scarcity in high grades. Most examples in circulation were heavily worn due to poor striking quality and long use. So finding one in extremely fine or uncirculated condition is incredibly rare. Collectors often look for coins in mint state, meaning they are uncirculated and show no signs of wear. Grading is essential when assessing value. The Sheldon scale, ranging from 1 to 70, helps determine the coin's condition. A 1924 penny in MS 60 or higher is a real treasure and can be worth thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the value. A standard 1924 wheat penny in circulated condition can be worth anywhere from 20 cents to a few dollars, depending on the mint and wear. However, a 1924 in very fine condition may bring in $50 to $100. In extremely fine condition, its value can rise to several $100s. But here's the exciting part. In pristine, uncirculated condition, graded MS 66 or higher, a 1924 penny has sold for up to $2 million at auction. This incredible value is due to a combination of rarity, condition, and collector interest. What makes a 1924 penny worth such a high price is not just the date or mint mark. It's also the quality of preservation, the absence of damage, original mint luster, and even the coin's provenance. Coins that have been certified and graded by top organizations like PCGS or NGC carry more trust and can command premium prices. Investors and collectors often seek out these coins as a form of tangible history. The 1924 penny connects us with the economic and social landscape of post-World War I America, a time when pennies still had purchasing power. It's a small artifact that reflects the era it came from. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1924 wheat penny, take a close look at the mint mark and condition. Even a lightly worn coin could be worth keeping. And if it has a sharp strike, clear details, and no corrosion, it might be worth getting it graded. It's also important to be aware of counterfeits. Due to the high value of certain wheat pennies, forgeries do exist. Fake mint marks or altered dates are common tricks, so always deal with reputable sources when buying or selling rare coins. Coin collecting is not just about money. It's about preserving history. Each coin tells a story, and the 1924 penny, especially from the San Francisco Mint, tells a tale of rarity, survival, and hidden value. It's a reminder that even the smallest things can hold incredible worth. Many people overlook pennies, tossing them aside or leaving them in jars for years. But as we've seen, one small cent can sometimes be worth a fortune. It's always worth checking your change or going through those old coin collections passed down from relatives. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the world of old coins offers endless fascination. This coin 1924 United States wheat penny coin history is coin 1923 1-cent wheat penny from the United States, a coin that carries significant history and, in some cases, extraordinary value. The 1923 wheat penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909. This particular coin was minted during a period of economic transition in the United States, just a few years after World War I. Despite its humble face value of 1 cent, this coin has become a cherished piece among collectors. This penny is known for its iconic design featuring the profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side. Sculptor Victor David Brenner created this design, and it has remained largely unchanged on the Lincoln cent for over a century. The simplicity and dignity of Lincoln's image continue to resonate with coin collectors and historians alike. On the reverse side of the 1923 penny, you will find 2 wheat stalks curving along the edges, which give the coin its nickname, the wheat penny. Between these stalks, the words 1 cent and United States of America are prominently displayed. Above, the Latin motto E pluribus unum appears, meaning, out of many. The 1923 wheat penny was struck only at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike some other years, there were no Denver or San Francisco versions of the penny in 1923, which simplifies collecting but also adds a layer of exclusivity for that year. A total of approximately 74 million of these pennies were minted. Despite the high mintage, not all 1923 pennies are the same in terms of quality or value. Many of these coins have been lost over time, worn down from circulation, or damaged, which significantly affects their collectability. Uncirculated or mint condition examples are far more desirable. Collectors look for key factors when determining a coin's value, such as the condition, known as its grade, the presence of any mint errors, and the overall eye appeal. A 1923 wheat penny in circulated condition may only fetch a few dollars, but one in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Grading is critical to determining the value of a 1923 penny. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating better condition. A coin graded MS 65 or above is considered to be in gem uncirculated condition and can be very valuable, especially if the strike is sharp and the color is attractive. What makes the 1923 wheat penny particularly interesting is the number of examples that exhibit sharp detail and attractive surfaces due to strong dyes used that year. Some collectors seek out red uncirculated examples, pennies that still display their original copper red color, untouched by oxidation or wear. Errors and varieties also play a significant role in a coin's collectability. While the 1923 penny is not widely known for dramatic mint errors, examples with off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubling can command premiums. These varieties are rare but sought after by niche collectors. Provenance can also affect the value of a coin. If a particular 1923 penny was once part of a famous collection or featured in historical auctions, it might carry a higher premium due to its known history and pedigree. Now, let's talk about the value. A 1923 wheat penny in average circulated condition might be worth between 50 cents and $2. Coins in better condition, such as extremely fine or about uncirculated, can range between $10 and $50. However, red gem uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS 66 or higher, can fetch between $1,500 and $15,000 at auction. Exceptionally rare specimens with perfect strikes and flawless surfaces have been known to sell for as much as $3 million, especially if combined with a famous provenance or unique features. These are the pinnacle of rarity and collector demand. Such high-end examples are incredibly scarce, often existing in private collections or only appearing once in a generation at major auction houses. They are prized not only for their numismatic value, but also as tangible pieces of American history. So, if you come across a 1923 wheat penny in your pocket change, don't rush to spend it. Examine it carefully. Look at the details, check for wear, and if it seems well preserved, consider having it appraised or graded professionally. Even if it isn't worth millions, your coin might still be a valuable part of history. Owning a nearly century-old coin that once passed through the hands of Americans during the Roaring '20s connects you to a vibrant and transformative era. Coin collecting isn't just about value. It's about curiosity, discovery, and a deeper appreciation for the past. Each coin tells a story of the people who used it, the world they lived in, and the legacy they left behind. This coin 1923 United States wheat penny coin history. This coin 1921 Lincoln wheat penny. The 1921 wheat penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the wheat penny features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two stylized wheat stalks on the reverse, which give the coin its nickname. This particular coin was minted during a time of economic recovery following World War I. Though not considered a key date by general collectors, certain varieties and conditions of the 1921 penny are extremely valuable today due to their age, condition, and rarity in top grades. The Philadelphia Mint struck approximately 39 million of these pennies in 1921. Since there's no mint mark on Philadelphia coins from this era, the 1921 penny will not have a letter under the date. It's a small detail, but important when identifying your coin on the obverse. You'll find Lincoln's profile facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" arched above. The word "Liberty" is positioned to the left, while the year 1921 sits on the right side of the coin. This side shows the fine detail of Brenner's artistry. The reverse side features two wheat stalks curving along the left and right edges, surrounding the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. Above them, the Latin motto E pluribus unum is present, meaning out of many one. Over time, many of these coins have worn down in circulation, which makes high-grade examples significantly rarer. That's where collectors place their attention, on coins that have survived in excellent condition for over 100 years. Coins graded mint state, especially those designated MS65 and above by services like PCGS or NGC, command the highest prices. These grades indicate a coin that has never circulated and retains its original luster and sharp details. Color is another important factor. Wheat pennies can be categorized as RD, red, RB, red-brown, or bien-brown. A full red 1921 penny in mint state is much more desirable than a brown one due to its vibrant original appearance. Errors and dye varieties can also boost the value of a coin. Though 1921 does not have many known major errors, slight doubling or off-center strikes, if verified, can increase collector interest and price. Now let's talk about the value. A common circulated 1921 penny may be worth anywhere from 25 cents to a few dollars, depending on its condition. However, the value skyrockets for coins in pristine condition that in uncirculated grades, especially MS-65 red or higher. A 1921 wheat penny can sell for several $1,000s. These coins are rare because most pennies from that year entered circulation and were used heavily over the decades. The most astonishing sale, however, occurred at a high-profile auction where a superb, museum-quality 1921 Lincoln wheat penny in MS-67 red condition sold for a staggering $3 million. This record-breaking price reflected not only the coin's condition, but its exceptional eye appeal and rarity. Such sales are extremely rare and usually involve private collectors or institutions seeking the best-known example of a particular date. The coin's pedigree or ownership history also plays a role in driving up its final price. It's important to understand that most 1921 pennies won't reach these numbers. Only a tiny fraction survive in gem, uncirculated condition. But for lucky collectors or those inheriting old collections, it's worth taking a close look that if you believe you have a 1921 penny, check its details carefully. Look for strong strike, original red color, and minimal contact marks. If it looks pristine, consider having it graded by a professional service to determine its true market value. Even if your coin isn't worth millions, it's still a wonderful piece of American history. Holding a coin from 1921 is like holding a small piece of the past, a reminder of a very different time in the country's story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting your journey, this coin 1921 United States wheat penny, coin history. 1961 Lincoln 1-cent coin. An ordinary-looking penny that may be worth far more than 1 cent. The 1961 Lincoln cent was minted during a period when coin collecting was becoming increasingly popular in the United States. Issued by the U.S. Mint, this coin features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design originally introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the 1961 penny still carried the wheat ears design until 1958, but by 1961, it featured the Lincoln Memorial, which was first introduced in 1959. This change marked a new era in the coin's design, aligning with the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and representing a more modern tribute. The coin was struck primarily at two mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia minted coins do not carry a mint mark, while those from Denver are marked with a small d beneath the date on the obverse. Both versions are widely collected today, but condition and rarity play a big role in their value. In terms of composition, the 1961 Lincoln penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. This composition gives the coin a distinct reddish hue when uncirculated. Over time, circulation and exposure to air can cause color shifts from red to brown. There were no major design changes in 1961, which makes this coin seem common at first glance. However, it's important to understand that not all coins are created equal. Small variations, errors, and preservation condition can drastically affect a coin's worth. One key factor in determining the value of a 1961 penny is its grade. Coins in mint state, MS condition, especially those graded MS 65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC, command higher prices. Red-toned uncirculated coins are particularly valuable to collectors. Another critical aspect is mint errors. A small number of 1961 pennies exhibit striking errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet floss. These rare errors are highly sought after by numismatists and can significantly raise a coin's market value. In recent years, a small number of 1961 pennies have fetched astonishing prices at auctions due to rare minting errors and pristine condition. These are not your everyday pocket change coins, but exceptional examples preserved for decades in nearly perfect condition. One such 1961 Lincoln penny, graded as a red MS 67 with a rare double die obverse, was reported to have been sold privately for close to $4 million. While such a figure is rare and extraordinary, it reflects the incredible value that unique features and near-perfect preservation can bring to a coin. However, It's important to note that the vast majority of 1961 pennies are still worth only their face value or slightly more, unless they show special characteristics. Collectors value coins with original mint luster, full details in the strike, and no signs of cleaning or damage. The story behind the 1961 penny is one of patience and precision. Thousands of these coins were produced and circulated, yet only a select few escaped the wear and tear of everyday use. These survivors, especially those kept in sealed mint sets, hold the most potential. If you believe you have a rare or high-grade 1961 penny, it's worth having it professionally graded. Authentication from a recognized grading service can dramatically increase buyer confidence and resale value. Never clean the coin, as this may reduce its value. For collectors and enthusiasts, the 1961 Lincoln cent represents a blend of history, design evolution, and the potential for surprising worth. It's a reminder that even the most modest coin can carry a rich backstory and hidden value. The beauty of coin collecting lies in discovery. A simple coin like this coin 1961 penny coin history's coin 1920 wheat penny from the United States. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just stumbled across an old coin in your change jar, this one is definitely worth your attention. The 1920 wheat penny is one of the classic Lincoln cents, featuring the iconic image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This design was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, and it quickly became a staple of American coinage. The design remained largely unchanged until 1958, making it a long-standing favorite among collectors. This particular coin, minted in 1920, is notable not just for its age, but for its historical significance. The United States was emerging from the aftermath of World War I, and the economy was undergoing rapid change. Coins from this era serve as small, tangible pieces of that history. Holding a 1920 wheat penny is like holding a fragment of post-war America. On the obverse side, we see the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His initials, VB, can be found on some versions of the coin, although in 1920 they were subtly placed to avoid controversy seen in earlier issues. The words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1920 are cleanly inscribed around the portrait. Flip the coin to the reverse, and you'll find the classic wheat ears design, two stylized stalks of wheat that give this coin its nickname, the wheat penny. The reverse also features the inscriptions 1 cent, United States of America, and E pluribus unum. The wheat ears represent American agriculture, prosperity, and strength. In 1920, the U.S. Mint struck these pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number, with over 310 million coins. Denver followed with around 49 million, and San Francisco contributed approximately 46 million. No mint mark means it's from Philadelphia, while a small D or S under the date indicates Denver or San Francisco, respectively. Because of these high mintages, most 1920 wheat pennies are not rare in circulated condition. However, condition and mint mark significantly affect a coin's value. Coins with sharp detail, original luster, and minimal wear are much more desirable and command higher prices among collectors. Let's talk about the metal content. The 1920 wheat penny is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. These coins have a reddish-brown tone when well preserved, but many have darkened or developed a patina over the decades. Despite being a common coin in its time, this copper-based composition gives the coin a solid, lasting appearance even today. One of the most important factors in evaluating a 1920 wheat penny is grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers representing better condition. A heavily worn 1920 penny might grade as good, G4, while one in pristine, uncirculated condition could reach grades like mint state, MS 65, or even higher. These higher grade coins are far less common and highly sought after. Now, let's move into what everyone wants to know, the value. A typical 1920 wheat penny in circulated condition might be worth between 20 cents and $5, depending on wear and mint mark. However, if you happen to own a 1920 wheat penny in exceptional condition, especially in grades above MS65, its value can skyrocket. In one astonishing auction, a 1920 Lincoln wheat penny in top-tier mint state red condition sold for nearly $2 million. This was due to its incredible preservation, rare color designation, and demand from high-end collectors. Though rare, this proves the immense potential hidden in these small copper coins how do you know if your coin might be worth thousands or even millions? Look for coins that have bright red coloring with no signs of wear, scratches, or blemishes. Also, check for any unusual errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned mint marks. These rare features can dramatically increase a coin's value. Interestingly, some errors on the 1920 wheat penny have become collector favorites. One example is the 1920 D with a repunched mint mark, where the D was struck more than once. Another is the double die variety, which causes parts of the design, like the date or lettering, to appear slightly duplicated. These varieties are much rarer and often sell for hundreds or thousands of dollars. For those of the 1920s wheat penny, the value could be even higher in mint state due to its lower mintage compared to Philadelphia. Collectors often pay a premium for high-grade San Francisco pennies because they're harder to find in good condition. So even a circulated S mint coin might be worth more than its D or no mint mark counterpart. If you're curious about how to grade your coin or verify if it has an error, consider having it evaluated by a professional coin grading service, such as PCGS or NGC. These services not only authenticate and grade coins, but also provide sealed holders that help preserve them and make them easier to sell. Caring for your 1920 wheat penny is important, especially if it shows signs of being a high-grade example. Never clean the coin, as this can significantly reduce its value. Instead, store it in a soft coin flip or a protective holder to prevent scratches and exposure to air or moisture. Over the past decade, there has been growing interest in classic U.S. coinage, and Lincoln wheat pennies remain among the most collected series. As more collectors enter the hobby, demand for high-grade and rare error varieties continues to climb, pushing prices higher across the board. Whether you're collecting for fun, investment, or historical interest, this coin 1920 United States wheat penny coin history. This coin 1922 1-cent wheat penny is one of the most intriguing and sought-after coins among collectors of United States currency. Minted over a century ago, this coin tells a fascinating story of production quirks, rarity, and rising value over time. It continues to be a symbol of both American numismatic history and the unpredictability of coin minting. At first glance, the 1922 penny looks much like other Lincoln wheat pennies, bearing the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. The reverse side carries the classic wheat ears design, introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But what sets the 1922 version apart is not its design. It's something even rarer, a missing mint mark. Unlike most years, all 1922 Lincoln cents were produced exclusively at the Denver Mint. Usually, coins from this facility feature a small D mint mark under the date. However, due to worn dies and minting errors, some 1922 cents were struck with either a weak or completely missing D mint mark. These are known as the 1922 no D pennies. This variety has captured the imagination of collectors for generations. The most famous and valuable version is the 1922 no D strong reverse variety, where the obverse shows no mint mark at all, yet the reverse is clearly struck. This specific error makes the coin extremely rare and, therefore, incredibly valuable. The absence of a mint mark might seem like a small detail, but in the world of coin collecting, such features are crucial. Mint marks tell collectors where the coin was produced, and when a coin defies expectations by lacking one, it raises immediate interest. That's why the 1922 no D penny is more than just a 1-cent piece. It's a prized treasure. Why was there no penny minted in Philadelphia that year? The answer lies in a change in production plans. In 1922, the Philadelphia and San Francisco mints focused on producing other coins, leaving penny production solely to the Denver Mint. That decision led to a limited supply and set the stage for the era that would become legendary. The Denver Mint, facing heavy production demands, had to use old dies repeatedly. As a result, some of the dies deteriorated, and in certain cases, the D mint mark was so faint it didn't appear at all on the coin. These errors were not intentional, but they have become key identifiers for one of the most collectible pennies in American history. There are 3 known varieties of the 1922 penny: the 1922 D with visible mint mark, the 1922 weak D with a very faint mint mark, and the 1922 no D with no visible mint mark at all. The no D variety is the rarest and most valuable, especially in high-grade condition. Another layer of interest comes from the fact that so few of these no D coins have survived in good condition. Most of them were circulated heavily, showing signs of wear, making high-grade examples even more rare and desirable. Uncirculated or well-preserved 1922 no D pennies are exceptionally hard to come by. For collectors, authenticity is everything. That's why coins like the 1922 no D variety must often be verified by reputable grading services, such as PCGS or NGC. These organizations provide certificates that help confirm the legitimacy and condition of the coin, adding to its value. In terms of grading, collectors look closely at the strike of the reverse, the sharpness of Lincoln's profile, and the clarity of lettering. The 1922 no D strong reverse variety is considered the true rarity because the reverse design is crisp and clear, contrasting with the soft obverse where the mint mark should be. Now let's talk about value. While common 1922 D pennies might sell for a few dollars to a few hundred depending on condition, the 1922 no D strong reverse penny can fetch truly astonishing prices. In recent years, high-grade examples have been known to sell for tens of thousands, and in one rare auction, a 1922 no D penny sold for nearly $3 million due to its condition, rarity, and historical significance. That price was not just about the coin's rarity. It also reflected its pristine preservation, authenticated history, and intense bidding interest from collectors. It's a perfect example of how a small error in the minting process can lead to massive long-term value. It's also worth noting that not all 1922 pennies without a mint mark are valuable. Many are simply the result of worn dies and don't fall into the rare no D strong reverse category. That's why it's important to examine the coin thoroughly or have it assessed by a professional before assuming its worth. Collectors are advised to look at the reverse detail. If the wheat ears and lettering are sharp, yet there is no D on the obverse, it may be the valuable variety. Weak reverses often indicate a different error that doesn't command the same value in the marketplace. Even heavily circulated 1922 no D strong reverse coins in lower grades can command several hundred to several $1,000s. But coins in mint state, especially those graded MS 63 or higher, are exceptionally rare and can easily reach 6-figure sums depending on market demand. This incredible coin represents more than just a collectible. It's a piece of American industrial history, a snapshot of how even government institutions face production challenges, and how those imperfections sometimes produce enduring legacies. For those lucky enough to own one, the 1922 no D penny isn't just a 1-cent coin. It's a heritage item. For numismatists, it's a grail. And for investors, it represents a unique blend of history, scarcity, and financial appreciation. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone new to coin collecting, this coin 1922 United States wheat penny coin history